But what's interesting about yesterday, and this is what has me a little concerned here right now, is that yesterday's boom right back down. Got a lot of people all like, oh boy, this is it. It's going to collapse. But that made a third M in RSI. And usually the third M is a trap. If you're a new person to trading, you got no business touching this thing right here. This has got trap written all over it. Maybe I could very easily see us like work our way a bit higher and then BAM! Could easily see that. Now, this happens to be an inside bar here. So, I mean, if we finish this week and then we go through that low, actually, that actually becomes a sell signal. So I guess the way that I'm looking at this right now is you could buy this here and it might move up. You could buy this here, it might move down. I would even say the odds of it going up versus the odds of going down, probably 50-50. And as a professional investor, professional trader, you don't want to take trades that have setups that are 50-50. That is not in your best interest. You want to try and find situations where the odds are in your favor. And of course, anybody that's worked with me over a while, you know that W's themselves, the odds are like 60 to 70%. That if you buy the W level, and especially if you can buy it at the bottom end of the range and on bullish divergences, you got pretty good odds that the market's going to work in your favor. Nothing's guaranteed in this business, but if you fancy yourself a trader and you fancy yourself a speculator in the market, that's the whole point of this, is you have to identify edge, i.e. Whatever the setup it is that I'm hunting, I expect it to be right more than I expect it to be wrong. Right now, I would say this is just a coin toss. It could go either way from here. This is the way that I would trade RSI, and it's the 3 M's and 3 W's scenario. So as long as we have M's working here, this is a bearish scenario. So I think that should be just stated from the get-go. The first M usually stops the bull, because keep in mind, through this part of the move, everybody's all bullish and hey, we're all going to get rich. Oh, look at us. Woohoo. So this M right here, when you see RSI do that, that is your warning sign. Yeah, maybe my price might screw around up here. We might actually find price goes to new highs, but RSI is working in M, which is a bearish divergence, which is a major, major warning sign. First M is, all right, maybe I'm a bull, but I just got to cool my jets. Got to let the noobs do all their circle jerking and, just wait for calmer heads to prevail. The second M is actually a trade setup. So the second M, and, if we look at this particular bar in earnest and, let's go see what the hell price looked like, but through there, that was basically this dump into the fast moving average, which frankly I think makes sense. You can see that trade didn't last very long. Boom! They rallied it right back up against the highs. It's interesting how they were not able to take this thing to new highs on different perspective. And then yesterday, boom, right back down. But what's interesting about yesterday, and this is what has me a little concerned here right now, is that yesterday's boom, right back down. Got a lot of people all like, oh boy, this is it. It's going to collapse. But that made a third M in RSI. And usually the third M is a trap. So, if you want to record this, take screenshots of this, try this for yourself. This is Brian's karmic PMA. Hey, I want to make a positive difference in this world. Take a screenshot of this. Sit after you watch this video, maybe even watch this video a few times. Right now, we're getting, yes, we got the third M. But notice when I was looking at the price itself, you notice that we're not really going anywhere here, right? It's kind of just choppy chop, choppy chop, choppy chop. There was that second M, which set up this dump. Then the market rallied right back up, blew out all these little M's in price, but could not go through that high. Then the third M comes in. Everybody in the boat, okay, this is it. It's the short, it's the sell. And usually that's a trap. And I hate to say it, but it kind of looks like that's the case. Is that not a W that's coming in there? Uh-oh. So anybody who did short that yesterday, they might just get their asses handed to them. Now, what this does look like to me, for whatever it's worth, and actually this is off of the daily chart again, is this kind of looks head and shoulders as a So I don't necessarily think Bitcoin's going to go mooning here. I think probably as long as, like that MACD histogram, that is a nasty, nasty failure. So for us to get bullish, in fact, when we have these bearish divergences in the MACD histogram, what is Brian always saying? Cool your what? So as long as this is making lower highs and lower lows and you're a bull, just cool your what. Does anybody know what the hell I'm saying here? And as long as RSI there's no W's in sight here, cool your jets. Thank you, Adam. You're so awesome. I would also say too that these M's did not come through the 50 line. That's why I have this 50 line highlighted on this chart. If the second M comes through the 50 line, this yellow one, oh boy, that's a huge signal, but it didn't happen here. So I called this a weak sell signal there the other day. Now I'd actually say that the noobs are coming in here and they're getting bullish. The third M, or bearish, beg your pardon. I think that this is actually a trap. So we'll see what happens.